It is a pleasure to see you again on my CryptoQ Media channel. We will now delve into XRP. There are a few of other things going on that I will also mention. January could mark a turning point for the Bitcoin market. Discussions about the Ripple vs. SEC case have been postponed until January of next year. However, XRP is now unimpeded by this case. Never consider RPG a security. It has been relisted by every exchange. Alt season begins well before January, and in my view, XRP will have a massive price rise during that time. As a result, I expect the price of XRP Ripple Partner to skyrocket by year's end. In the poem that follows, we learn about AI-driven, scalable, and interoperable XRP ledger experiences. Poetry about the future has always been a favorite of mine. I think it will take some time for it to grow and mature before it can make a big impact on XRP's value. Another example of the close cooperation between XRP and AI. Coinbase reports that the FDIC has cautioned banks against providing Bitcoin services on 20 distinct times. Many of us have apparently escaped debanking yet, given that the bank can see that money is being sent out of our accounts for Uphold, Coinbase, and other exchanges. The fact that they have failed to detect your cryptocurrency purchases astounds me. We would prefer not to continue doing business with you as your bank. I can't believe this isn't happening more frequently. Other individuals have allegedly been cheated as well, according to Brad. This has been completely taken aback because I imagine they dislike it when individuals hoard cash and instead invest it in cryptocurrency. After receiving a request from Chinese airlines, the International Air Transport Association is integrating digital currencies into its aviation industry financial systems. By December 2024, the first digital currency to be accepted will be China's. With this upgrade, airlines and travelers will be able to use digital currencies to settle payments. The first to do so was China's digital currency. You can now pay with CBDCs at the International Air Transport Association IATA terminals. Furthermore, CBD has become a fad that everyone is trying. Thanks to a new agreement with Flexa HQ, Litecoin is now accepted as payment for customer favorites at hundreds of small convenience stores around the US. I anticipate this trend to continue as more and more businesses are ready to accept CBDC. I've seen other companies go in this approach. However, not only Litecoin. Sheets users may now pay using stablecoins like USDC and other big digital currencies with ease and no hassle. Sheets is now accepting cryptocurrency payments, joining other well-known US convenience and restaurant chains. Customers can now purchase assets through Flex form, including Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and USDC. I have no doubt that they will begin accepting XRP as well in due course. Nevertheless, this marks the commencement. As I warned you about in the past, things will change once people can use cryptocurrencies to buy stuff at convenience stores. Until it can be used, many people still think of it as magical virtual cash or as something that isn't real money. Nothing is stopping this from happening in each of the 750 sheet locations in North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. Like 711 and others, I'd like to see additional establishments start taking cryptocurrencies. A decrease potential cryptocurrency investors' options for since 1 out of 5 Americans own cryptocurrency. These voters might make a big difference this election cycle, especially since many US races are decided by 10,000 votes or fewer. Estimates put the value of Vice President J.D. Vance's Bitcoin holdings at between $250,000 and $500,000 for Trump. Which of the presidential candidates do you think will be most crypto-friendly? Trump is the only major player in the crypto war who has promised to end it. So, guess what? Harris, for whatever reason, never made it public that they were going to fire Gary Gensler and become more crypto-friendly. I find it intriguing how their activities always seem to contradict each other. I have an issue with politicians to varying degrees because of this. Get ready, since this crash is going to pick up speed soon. Quarterly bank crashes and unrealized profits typically accompany the announcement of CEO bonuses. The failure of more banks is imminent. An Oklahoma bank went out of business following allegations that another bank had stolen customers' insured savings. This proves that the banking system is not immune to deception either. But Elizabeth Warren would have you think that fraud and illicit behaviors only happen in the cryptocurrency realm. But it's true that other banks will go under as well. Everything has a purpose. Regarding him, being ignorant is a state of pure happiness. With borrowing rates at 7%, no one will be willing to buy a house until rates go down again. Currently, that is the top priority. I anticipate a quick shift if the commercial real estate market hits rock bottom and money starts pouring into residential properties at record low borrowing rates. Those rates won't be visible for a few years. The housing market will stay where it is until rates are dropped or the market collapses, therefore it seems like Warren Buffett is predicting a storm is on the horizon. He is liquidating his stock market holdings. The sum of all asset sales has reached an incredible $325 billion, and he is far from alone. Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, sold shares today for about $3 billion, his highest sale to date. The reverse repo is nearly out of funds just in time for Tuesday's elections. Everything is set up for the next president to be involved in a crash similar to the one in 1929. I am going to pass out. Nobody wants to talk about the impending crash, even though it's obvious to everyone. Even when they raise the possibility of a crash, they try to shift the focus by saying the economy is getting better. Things seem good going into 2025 as inflation drops, at least at first look. A different image emerges, though, when one looks at the charts and the billionaires' actions more closely. Crash, I will likely be tardy. Everyone is waiting for the big correction that is supposed to happen early next year to happen in the years 2025 to 2026, which follow this 18.6-year cycle. As the D, X, and Y indexes keep falling, the smart money will still migrate to gold, silver, and crypto, which will drive up the price of crypto even if the stock market crashes. This is due to the fact that a growing number of stock market players are also getting a grasp on crypto. The fact remains, nevertheless, that significant change is imminent. On top of that, I think your XRP investment will result in a dismal amount of wealth accumulation. In 1913, the year that would ultimately bring about the economic difficulties of today, the Federal Reserve was founded and the income tax was instituted, transforming everyone's hard-earned money into the government's. When Ron Paul claims that the government steals money from people through inflation, he couldn't be more accurate. Take the following into consideration: while you're fighting inflation at the grocery store and gas station, the Internal Revenue Service (IRS) is taking your hard-earned money. You can only get out of this jam if you take your money out of the rotten banking system and put it into something like cryptocurrencies or another asset class that promises huge returns. Then, if you've saved up enough, you won't have to worry about the worst of inflation. Ron Paul claims that the Federal Reserve caused economic havoc by creating new money worth several $1 trillion. We have terminated the notifications. Price increases are here. There will be an exhaustive list of reasons given to explain the economic downturn. Illusions beware. The Federal Reserve System violates the Constitution. Keep in mind that in 2021 they said, everything is turning around. He mentioned it. Going ahead, inflation won't be a big deal. The grocery store sees even less inflation in 2024, but overall inflation is still climbing. Appreciating my video is a privilege. Click the subscribe button and then tell me what you think when you're done.